Sorry, the video cut out because I needed to check if I had any battery, and then it just stopped recording. So anyway, so I guess this is part 2 about me talking about borderline personality disorder. But it's not really, it's just me talking about how I feel, but so much of how I feel is related to having that disorder, so it's all connected. I don't know how long it's been, but I haven't felt deeply connected to anyone in a really, really long time. And although in the video I just posted, I was speaking about how I don't really feel anything for anyone. And although that's true for probably about 2 months, previous to those 2 months, for God knows how long, I don't know how long, I've just not felt deeply connected to anyone. So there's just been a real starvation from connection, from deep connection for a long time, and now just connection at all. And that's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to live with, and it's weird to go from finding it so easy to deeply connect with people in a time where I used to always share aspects of myself and my story to people very, very quickly. Sometimes the day of meeting them, I would open up my soul, essentially. And when you do that, you find it very, very easy to bond and connect with people. And it took me a long time to stop doing that, really, or to and through therapy and self-discovery and just getting older, I learned that way of connecting with people wasn't beneficial for me. It got me into a lot of sticky situations and relationships, and it was just unsafe, really. So it's been it was a long journey of learning how to take connection slowly, and I've spoken a little bit about that in my other videos. And although I still believe that's a really wonderful thing, I don't know how long it's been since I've started doing that, and I still haven't really been able to deeply connect with people. And I have some close friends, but people that I've met here in Scotland after learning to slow down, there's so much lack in these relationships for me. And I just find it so confusing, because I'm clearly connecting with people that are much healthier than I used to. But I don't really understand how the people that I am connected with don't want to know more about me. And it's sad, really, because I ask a lot of questions, and I'm genuinely very interested in people and their past and their dreams and their thoughts. And people do share them with me, but somehow I don't usually get met with the same energy with people that I know now. And it can be quite lonely, and confusing, especially when some of these people that I've known up here, I've known them for like 3 years now, 2 years, 3 years, and they don't know anything about my past, really. They know that I have like a complicated past, and I have shared things that have been more lighthearted, more funny, more interesting, but to not have them know or want to really know the depths of my soul, which are also very interesting and very what's the right word? Yeah, I don't know, but they make up such a massive part of who I am, and it's sad when people who I would have thought that we were kind of close don't want to really know about those parts of me. And yeah, it feels like in general a lot of me has been swept under the rug somehow. And I do have friends that I could talk to more about it, like my close friends. But sometimes I feel like we're just kind of going around in circles with this kind of echo chamber of rumination, and it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere to talk to the same people about it. And I would just love to feel more deeply connected to other people as well, and to hear their perspectives, or to feel their support or their understanding of who I actually am, because they don't have really any idea. It's quite weird, really. But I think probably I've not really met the right people. When you're oversharing and in scenes, in places where people are like taking lots of drugs and possibly being, well, not possibly, but being more reckless and oversharing and bonding with each other about their trauma and stuff, it's very easy to find people who can meet you at that depth, at that level of pain, and really see you and really hear you and feel you. It's not hard to find those people, but perhaps in healthier spaces, a lot of these people, not all of them, but a lot of them, they haven't been through things like that. So perhaps they'll never be able to meet me at that level. And so maybe I'm looking for a deep connection and an understanding in the wrong places. I'm not sure. But anyway, going back to the BPD kind of numbness I'm feeling towards relationships at the moment, after speaking with AI about it, you know, it really is very normal, and it is okay, and it just really is like a radio that sometimes is turned down, and sometimes completely muted when we don't have the energy, the time, or there's just too much to process at a time. So we go into a kind of radio silence emotionally, and it's not a bad thing. It's like a protective system. So yeah, but it does make you feel quite like sociopathic, really, especially I think actually, especially when you're doing really well and you're not feeling anything for anyone, but you're like feeling love for yourself and you're striving, like you're just thriving actually in the way you're moving about the world. And that feels like, oh God, what is happening to me? How can I be doing so well and not feel things for my family and my friends? That's odd. But it just is the way it is. And recently I've had to let go of a few of my longest and in some ways deepest connections. And before I started doing that, I started to go kind of emotionally more numb. But I wouldn't say emotionally numb, but relationshiply emotionally numb. I know that's not a word, that's not really right, but I don't feel numb in all areas, if you know what I mean. It's just more within my relationship. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, before that happened and now after it, and it just makes sense because I don't have the bandwidth to really feel all of that right now. And it will happen when it happens. But yeah, it's pretty weird. Anyway, I don't know if I have anything else to say really at the moment, but I just felt like recording a video. And yeah. Yeah, that's it.